Introducing to you on my right, weighing in at 85.80 kilograms, having had 12 fights for 10 wins and 2 losses. This fight over 8 rounds in the Cruiserweight division, the first Russian ever to fight in South Africa, Yuri Vaulin. Also weighing in at 85.80 kilograms, 21 fights, 16 wins and 5 losses in black and gold, rated number 4 in South Africa, Siza Makathini. Your judges Chani, Goba and Scutter, and your referee Alfred Bukwana.
Yeah, we're getting ready for round 1 of this heavyweight fight between the first Russian ever to fight in this country, Yuri Vaulin, and the former Transvaal heavyweight champion, Siza Makathini. Vaulin, of course, was seen on South African TV screens when he fought Tommy Morrison and nearly caused a major upset in the Atlantic City ring. Round 1, scheduled for 8. And straight away you'll notice, of course, that Vaulin is a southpaw, very rare amongst big men these days.
Het lijkt definitief of Vaulin wacht om daar die linker hakken zijn tegenstander een goede opstopper te geven.
Makathini had a distinct height and reach disadvantage here this evening, and finding it very difficult to sort out how he's going to get past that right jab of Vaulin, which the Russian snaps out with lots of speed. Look at that snappy left hook from Vaulin.
Dat is net zoals gezegd, hij gaat definitief proberen om aan die linker hak uit te komen. Dit is wat hij gaat doen. Doen het baie goed ook.
Makathini is punching much too slow to worry the Russian.
Vaulin wat goed getroffen. Wow, die combinatie. Baie goed. Links, rechts, links in die gezicht van Siza Makathini.
That's a very good punch to the body, and it was body shots from Morrison that caused Vaulin to quit in Atlantic City. So the strategy from Makathini, very, very good indeed. If Vaulin has a weakness at all, it's in the body. And Makathini very wise to direct shots to the midsection.
Linksbokser is Vaulin, die man van Rusland. En hij moet dus leven daar die recht uit de rechters. En dan elke nou en dan kom hij met die linker voor de dag. Goeie links-rechts combinatie van Vaulin.
Vaulin has very fast hands for a big man.
Geen genadige vla of betoning.
Makathini barraging with both hands, desperate to get on the inside. That's where he wants to be, so he can dick some shots to the body. But first he's got to get past Vaulin's very useful right jab.
Einde van die ronde. Eerste ronde van 8 is voorbij.
Держи его на правой, запаздывает левой, тянешься с левой.
Well, yeah, some replay from that first round. A very fast round considering these two big men. Makathini reaching for the Russian, but not quite connecting, and then going to the body with those solid shots, but getting clipped with a right jab as he came in.
Раунд хорошо. Так же начни второй раунд, как начал первый.
Need some water?
Понятно, да?
Round 2.
Четче держи на правой. На правой все время. Та-та, понимаешь? И слева снизу поднимай. Хорошо делаешь двойку. Раз, два. Или двойка, тройка.
Ja, dit is niet elke dag wat ons Russies in die kruid hoor hier in Suid-Afrika nie.
To the jaw from Makathini. That drove the Russian back. Well, whatever instructions they gave Vaulin between rounds, it's hard to see what they were because he's fighting pretty much the same as he did in round one. Slowed down a trifle perhaps, but otherwise following the same pattern.
Siza Makathini wat 'n goeie regter kry toe hy instorm. Opgevolg met 'n linker van Vaulin. Hy het Makathini in sy spore laat stilstaan.
Makathini charging in to get past that right jab of the Vaulin. And every so often catching the Russian heavyweight with shots to the head.
Weer met die lyfhouer. Hij was 'n goeie regter geweest van Makathini, maar hy kry 'n kombinasie net daarna terug van die Russa.
Well, this is a much better round for Makathini. He seems to have settled into his stride, and he's certainly scoring with good shots to head and body.
Makathini wat met 'n goeie regter getref het.
Well, you probably noticed the pattern from Makathini, left to the body, right to the head. Dug a couple of good shots to the body, but Vaulin's corner protesting that those punches are low.
Makathini wat by die aanslag gekom het, maar goeie kombinasies kom terug van Vaulin.
Makathini charged in once too often and got caught with a couple of good shots to the head. Stopped him in his tracks. Well, he has some replay from that second round, and you can see Vaulin trying to keep Makathini at bay with that long right jab. And then as Makathini charges in, loses balance, the Russian drives him back with shots to the head.
Number 3.
Round 3, scheduled for 8. And a very fast-paced heavyweight fight. Lots of movement, lots of action. Both men evenly matched. Good right hand from Makathini. Sends the spray flying from Vaulin's head. Well, the action is certainly hot enough here in the third round. But Makathini went right off balance when Vaulin sidestepped him a moment or two ago.
Makathini wat weer verby daar die reguit regter wou storm, maar hy weer hom vasgeloop teen Vaulin. Want hy slaan daar die reguit regter met baie groot krag. En dan daai linker.
Well, Vaulin knows that Makathini will come charging in, and he's waiting for him to do that and picks him off with that right jab.
Ek het nou net gesê dat daai regter slaan hy baie hard. Hy slaan hom op die punt van die neus en Makathini hoor die telling. Hy's klaar, dis verby. Die einde van die geveg. Hy word uitgeslaan.
That's a surprise, Dion. It's happened very suddenly. Makathini was doing reasonably well up to that point, but Vaulin is a big puncher, no question about it. And when he caught Makathini square, the South African went down. And there was no way he was going to beat that count. He did get to his feet, but certainly in no condition to continue. Perhaps we'll see the punch that caused the knockout in a replay, and here it comes. The men were mixing it up, and Makathini was doing reasonably well up to this point. Vaulin measuring Makathini with that right jab, expecting the South African to come in. And there it is, a long right to the jaw that staggered Makathini and had a delayed effect. Would you believe it? Makathini knocked out with a right jab to the jaw. Unbelievable, Leon.
Ongelooflik, maar ons kan net weer 'n slaggie kyk. Dit is Vaulin wat sy kans baie goed afwag. En daar kom hy. En hy slaan hom met die grootste tydsberekening. En natuurlijk uitstekende handsnelheid. En dit maakt van hom die oorwinnaar in hierdie geveg.
Ladies and gentlemen, the result of the fight, the winner by knockout after 1 minute, 23 seconds of the third round from the USSR, Yuri Vaulin.
Die uitslag bekend dan, Yuri Vaulin, wat uitstekend gevaar het om dan hier in die derde ronde af te reken met Siza Makathini. En ons gaan vir die weer 'n keer wys hoe daar die reguit regter op die punt van die neus van Siza Makathini die geveg vir Vaulin beklink het.
Well, yeah, we have another look at that remarkable right jab that caused the knockout. I must admit, in all my years in boxing, it's the first time I've seen a man knocked out with a right jab. Incredible, but imagine the power that the Russian packs in that hand to be able to send Makathini down like that. Another replay. Let's look at it again. Makathini reaching for Vaulin's body. Vaulin hits him with the right jab. Makathini begins to stagger. His legs go from beneath him, and down he goes for the count.
Sy 6ste nederlaag, Makathini sin, die oorwinnaar, Yuri Vaulin, wat die kruit verlaat, en 'n gewilde wenner vanaand in die Standard Bank Arena.